It's just kind of confusing for a lot of people exactly what was the thinking behind this? What was the value supposed to be for customers, if any? And then to so quickly reverse course on it, did you really think this through? So, some interesting news from Microsoft that all kind of came about at the end of the week last week. You can see here, last dated January 22nd, which I believe was Friday. Microsoft announced Friday that they were going to be increasing the price of Xbox Live Gold. They announced that they would actually be doubling it, so now $60 instead of getting you a year of Xbox Live Gold, will only be getting you 6 months of it. And it came as a shock to a lot of people because it's double the price, so that's concerning. And there wasn't really anything to explain why they were doing it. This article here talks about how they were trying to get people to upgrade to getting Game Pass Ultimate, which means you would be paying the same price for Xbox Live Gold as Ultimate. So if you had 11 months left on your Xbox Live Gold account, you can upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate and convert it into 11 months with no extra costs. So it seems like they might have been trying to double the price of the base service of just going online and playing games with your friends and using the party system as a way to goad people into saying, hey, try Game Pass Ultimate while this is all still this base price. But it didn't seem like they were actually adding any value to Xbox Live Gold with that price hike. It seemed like it wasn't going to give you Game Pass Ultimate at the new price. This is just a temporary one-time deal where you could get Game Pass Ultimate while you still have Xbox Live Gold. And so there was a lot of backlash to it. You weren't going to be able to play online free-to-play games without gold, and they were going to double the price. So seemingly no improvements to the service, really, just, hey, now it costs twice as much, as maybe a way to push people into just trying Ultimate because the price of gold was going to soon double. The thinking doesn't really track with me. I'm not quite sure why they were going to do this. Regardless, there was an absolute shit ton of backlash, and I believe, yes, later in the day, they reversed course on this, and it just seemed so quickly to pop up, and then for Microsoft to realize, oh shit, people are very upset, undo it. It's very confusing. I'm not quite sure what their thinking was. Did they think that doubling the price in gold would make you realize what a good deal Game Pass Ultimate is, because you get to play all the games in the Game Pass library? Or what, really? At its current state, Xbox Live Gold doesn't really offer you anything more than PlayStation Plus does, I believe. Or, well, Nintendo Switch Online as well, but that's a whole different thing. Nintendo Switch Online doesn't offer you much in general. But it's just kind of confusing for a lot of people exactly what was the thinking behind this? What was the value supposed to be for customers, if any? And then to so quickly reverse course on it, did you really think this through? I think the answer overall may be no. They might have just been testing the water to see how people would feel about a more expensive version of Xbox Live Gold, but they didn't offer anything with doubling the price. I think if you double the price of your long-standing service that all people are signing up for, you need to offer something else than what you've been giving them for the past 10 years. And they didn't. It's not like they said, hey, you'll get like this version of Game Pass that maybe you don't get all the games, or it's the full version of Game Pass, but we're doubling Xbox Live Gold. I thought maybe that was the play. I was reading all these articles and trying to figure out, oh, well, they must be bundling Game Pass with it. There's no way you would double the price and not include Game Pass with it. But it seemed like they were only offering that for people who already had Xbox Live Gold, and that wasn't a part of the new Xbox Live Gold plan. So why? I think if they wanted to really test how people would feel about a more expensive plan, they should have rolled it out with some other offer other than temporarily getting more Game Pass Ultimate while you have a gold membership. They should have maybe tried to tie in a more basic version of Game Pass where you get you know, the most recent releases and you don't get the back catalog or something. That would make more sense to me. I really can't track what their thinking was on this or why they possibly thought it would go over smoothly, especially as a few articles mention during a pandemic when there's a lot of people out of work, money's tight. There's, you know, a lot of talk about more stimulus checks going out and whatnot because it's such a bad time for people right now. This just seems extremely ill-conceived. I am glad, I guess, that they reversed course on it, but it's very concerning personally for me because Microsoft has been making huge strides in the past few years with its fan base because of Game Pass, because it's been a very nice program that feels good, the value feels good for what you're putting into it. And so it's really perplexing as to why they would just say, yeah, throw this out there and see how the market reacts, essentially. That's what it seems like they did to me. And it kind of makes you curious as to like, oh no, like what are their longer business plans now for the Xbox Live brand? Are they going to... I understand if they need to raise prices on some of that stuff. Gold has been the same price since it existed almost, I believe. Maybe it's gone up. Maybe it was $50 a year. Maybe it was at 50 at one time and now it's at 60, but I think it was always 60. Yeah, it just makes me concerned because they've worked so hard to earn goodwill back, going from the launch of the Xbox One, where they lost a lot of goodwill from the 360, earning it back with all the Game Pass stuff, earning it back with the launch of the Series X really being a focused video game gamers first kind of console thing. This is very perplexing. I hope that it's kind of a canary in the coal mine situation. They see how badly it went and they're like, you know what? We need to be more careful and actually maybe think about the value that we're bringing to the customers with changes like this in the future. Which, to be completely honest, I think Phil Spencer has done. I think he's done a really good job bringing good value to the Xbox consumer. I don't have an Xbox, but I've subscribed to Game Pass on PC for a while. I play different games on it from time to time. It's a great service. Yeah, I hope they kind of look at this, learn from it, and move on, but definitely a little bit concerning. Anyway, if you liked this video or thought it was informative, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe thing. You can also watch me on Twitch. I'm over on twitch.tv at twitch.tv/BagelBrother. I just play mostly games there, talk about news a little bit here and there. Thank you everybody for hanging out. We'll see you next time.